before we get deep into it.
Makers Plus.
Real quick. Also make sure this is follow me too. Perfect. All right. So today is Feedback Thursday. And if you don't know what Feedback Thursday is, typically every single Thursday, I like to create a little bit of a space to not only just give feedback, honest feedback on music, but sharing my honest critique that I think would be able to benefit you guys as creators and makers alike. I'm very excited to hear what you guys got tonight because the last several ones we've done, everybody has submitted something so crazy. And it's just kind of absurd. It's kind of absurd. More than like I would typically mention. Like y'all are, first and foremost, I love the Makers Club. I love the Makers. I love all of y'all. And y'all, the fact that everybody's been tuning in this consistently for how long? How long now? 4 years, bro? And so, before I get deep into it, I have to tell you guys like how I've been genuinely feeling creatively, headspace as an artist. I had a little bit of epiphany, and I'm gonna kind of speak from the heart. I don't really have a lot of notes or anything, so I'm just gonna kind of go off the hip before we get into the feedback today. So I recognize that lately there is a burning desire that I see people have when it comes to sharing their work, sharing music, sharing things of that nature. And I'm glad that Makers FM has become that hub for a lot of you guys. And I'm very thankful for you guys, and I had to really sit back and think about like what exactly are we crafting here? You know, with our community and weekly, you guys know I like to hop on here and cook up and create. And one of the things that I love about creating is that whenever I get here on live on the stream, there's literally no plan except for like these are usually the things that we're gonna hit, and then boom, you know, stream is over. But over the last couple of years, I've found that like a lot of what I desire to do does tend to like blend a little bit with like, okay, it's a business, you're an artist. And I feel like recently I've had an epiphany where I realized I'm not really being as much of an artist as I'd like. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not creating from an artist's point of view. Because a lot of, if you guys have followed my work for years prior, you guys know that I've created music purely off of feeling the inspiration, feeling inspired, and motivated to be able to cook up something here on the stream, and then also open up a space to be able to talk and communicate. But I'll be 100% transparent, be human. There are times where I don't feel that same burning passion or desire. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of like culminated a little bit to this post that I made today on Instagram, on my Instagram page. If you guys follow me there, I have this space, this post that I made. And this is basically what it was. I made it as simple as this. I like making content, but let's just go back to making art to enjoy it. It's way more fun. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been having a lot more experiences lately just purely making something for the sake of it to know that I'm capable of doing it, because a lot of my artistry was me proving myself that I can do something. And I think for the Makers Club, one of the things I want to be able to empower you guys to not only just do or know, but I want to empower you guys to know that you guys can do literally whatever you want to do. And if someone says, or the status quo, or maybe it feels like the community or the environment does not support that status quo that you want to be able to, like, you know, go against or do your own thing, like, I want you guys to know, like, I'm living proof that you can do the very thing that you desire. And sometimes that doesn't always have to be captured, doesn't have to be recorded, doesn't have to be behind, you know, like, you don't have to be on a camera and trying to, like, make yourself look a certain way. Because I think sometimes when I'm on this stream, a lot of people be like, oh, you know, you definitely like this, you like that, you seem very comfortable. I'm like, I've grown to become comfortable. It wasn't always like this. And so I say all that to say that I'm not entirely sure when the time comes, but slowly but surely I will be designating certain individuals as time goes on to push Makers Club to become really what it should be, a community versus like, oh, it's Kaelin's thing. You know what I'm saying? And to have done this for as long as I have been is just kind of insane. So by no means is this like I'm being like, oh, like this is out, like, but I'm just recognizing that, like, when I got deep into the music game in the pandemic, when I started posting during the pandemic and as time went on, it became more about the fulfillment of a deal versus what am I doing to make me feel happy at this moment. Crash says, what's the reason behind that? I've been getting my mental better with some healing, communicating, and meeting people in real life. I'm still getting used to posting content frequently. I forget or feel like I have to look a certain way. It's honestly, you have to feed your soul in a way. And I think that's one of the things that I'm recognizing is I've had people come to my home and I've been able to, like, you know, get outside of my house. You guys know I make all my beat videos here at home, but like, there's so much more that I feel like I'm not accomplishing yet. And I'll say recently I've gotten so motivated from playing video games, writing. I got a notebook. I recently got a notebook and I'll just jot things down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll jot ideas down that I have and just not doing things like I normally would do, because as being an artist, you just don't do the same thing eventually the same. You don't do things the same way every single time. You know what I'm saying? You might feel like doing something like this. You might do something completely different. I'm not gonna lie. I played Tony Hawk Underground for like 30 minutes today. And that was the best experience because having the Tony Hawk Pro Skater sounds, it felt like I was playing with a sound pack with a video game. In high key, Tony Hawk's video games are sound packs with like really great graphics. And that's kind of like what I'm standing on right now, is like one of the biggest inspirations. I say all that to say that a lot of what used to inspire me was like getting to that point, or motivating me, which was like getting to that place. And I think something that has changed is now that I've gotten here, how do I sustain that? How do you sustain not just only accomplishing the things that you've always desired in your life, but sustaining the accomplishments so it doesn't like, so you still stay like human, you know? And which I think is, it can happen a lot to even the best, you know, producers and artists. Like, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I definitely know that like you guys, we all know, like, I don't make beat videos as much as I used to, but I've been having the most fun just making things just purely. just making stuff. And one of those things that I'm actually, if I could get a good video behind the concept, you guys know I've been talking about this synthesizer I've been building called the KES-1, which it's pretty much done. I already created a whole rollout idea for it. I created a whole marketing thing for it. And I wrote it down in this book today, just sitting down for 30 minutes, just asking questions. And I now recognize that what motivates me is just desiring to create things. Just desiring to create things and think outside of the box. And if that just so happens to turn into me being here on the stream and I'm giving y'all like the crazy ear nuggets of thoughts that I be thinking about throughout my whole day, essentially I should be able to not only just talk to you guys about what to do, but be an actual example for it. And I feel right now that there is much more required than just being here on the stream, but also outside of the stream. How can I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I do that outside of just being online all the time? So I've been meeting people, going places, connecting with folks. I've been able to hang out with Hannibal Buress multiple times. And he came to my house just casually wanting to cook up. And, he's been here multiple times. And I know he's going to be back again. So, hey, yo, Will, what's good, brother? But yeah, I realize my motivations right now are I just want to make art to enjoy it. And if that happens to become something that you guys enjoy in the process, I'll share it. But that's really been something that's been leaning heavy on my heart. So what that means in the future is, instead of me going live every single week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I am actively at this moment seeking for those inside the Makers Club who also desire to share what they're doing creatively here on the stream, and they can also do it as well, because that's what this platform is intended for. It's for the Makers FM, not the Kaelin show. Even though y'all know oh yeah, Kaelin's been streaming live on the show. This space is intended to be the thing that other people use to be able to propel themselves. So I'm currently figuring out ways to be able to do that. And whoever that might be, whether it's you watching this, whether you have a platform, to be able to, bring here to the Makers Club and I have you guys here host a live stream. It would be great that okay, as you guys are streaming, I'm figuring out the next creative thought. Yeah, and that's basically what I've been sitting on for eons. You know what I'm saying? So without talking too much about it, that's just the first thought I've had. I've already started having some conversations with a few individuals who would be open to doing it. So yeah, and as well, if you want to be able to do it too, I'm figuring out ways to just have conversations with people. Be like, yo, would you be down to do this? That's literally that. Yeah. Fino, what's good, brother? But yeah, that's just been something that's been on my heart. I want to be able to still continue to show up and put not only just my efforts into this community in this space, but beyond me, allow it to become something that actually answers our problems. We're so creative, we're so talented, we're so gifted. All of us are. And I believe with putting our heads together with what you may be looking for, what I'm currently seeking at this moment, with just being content with just making art to enjoy it, I want to be able to bridge that gap together. That's kind of my idea. So yeah, that's what the future of the Makers FM will look like. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much for always showing up, every single week. And, I don't know if that would look like less streams from me, but I do know you guys are going to be, I'm slowly starting to shift that thing to all right, you guys take the baton and run with it. So that's kind of the idea. That's kind of the thought. I'm going to be having some conversations with you guys. And yeah, we'll see how that pans out. But that's just what I got going on at the moment. And as well, just to kind of reiterate, if you have not copped a slot, highly suggest you to skip the line. We have 32 slots available to get your music played right now. Ayo Will says, bro, the fact that you have over 1,000 YouTube posts on any topic you want to learn or hear about is incredible. Honestly, dog, there was a point where I was like, yeah, we gotta put it out. Gotta talk about it, gotta put it out. And that's what made me realize, like, you know what, maybe I should just go back to just posting the shorts. Cause no cap, I'm not gonna lie, I wanna go back to just purely making these really short ideas and just giving them to you guys and be like, yo, do you like this idea or not? Should I put this on the project? And have it culminate to an album, you know? It's been a method that has worked time and time again, but I think there's always a new thing. Ayo Will says, you know what? That's confirming, because I'm not gonna lie. I thought about recording myself, with my camera that I have as days go on. You know what I'm saying? Like, just recording myself, like the daily grind of what it's like to be in my shoes. Like, I'm really an artist. Like, I know a lot of people look at me as like a teacher, but like, I'm an artist. Okay, I make music. I'm highly blessed and thankful that I get to be able to utilize this platform to be able to put people in position to do really great stuff or just have great connections to do great things. And so, yeah, I'm by no means like a doctor. Okay, like I sit every day, all days, literally sitting and thinking about what can I do better from a thinking standpoint as an artist. And those thoughts just culminate to turn into these conversations with you guys. And that turns into content. But yeah, I'm gonna be pushing heavy the Makers FM channel. Ayo Will says, cause bro, a day in the life of someone who does music and art at your level is what people would love. Yeah, you know what? That's confirmation. I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start capturing my day and showing you guys, like, what does a day in my life look like when it comes to working, creating, and just, giving y'all my honesty. I think that's just more important than anything else, is like honesty and full transparency just with my life. Yeah. Now, not by no means do I want to become a vlogger now. That's not a whole thing, but I realize, like, I've spoken about my life enough. Rare Species says, sounds good, Kaelin. I think the Makers are really down for whatever. We just need more direction, and time will do the rest. Exactly. Yeah, Masego's that's literally twin, bro. That's twin. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I gotta show y'all what my daily life looks like, cause I think a lot. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all so much. Makers FM.
You are now tuned in to Makers Radio, the best in the world. If you don't know, now you know.
Makers Plus.